I was asked to explain how to do shadow knitting or illusion knitting, which is real fun, and here we are. Shadow knitting or illusion knitting produces a hidden pattern which is only to be seen from a certain angle. Actually, you just work stripes and mysteriously the pattern appears. Good news, you only need to know knit stitches and purl stitches. It's really easy, and it would be best you just follow me with this little exercise, and then you will understand how this effect is produced. So you need 2 colors, and I casted on 12 stitches, and then you work 1 wrong side row of knit stitches. So actually here you made 2 rows of garter stitch. There are a few simple rules, and if you follow them, you will see shadow knitting doesn't need any witchcraft. So first rule you have to remember, you always knit 2 rows with 1 color. So there is no need of sewing after it because you change color every 2 rows. Now with green we work 2 rows of stockinette stitch. So we alternate 2 rows of garter stitch in violet and 2 rows of stockinette stitch in green. This does not produce a real pattern yet, but this is just to understand how this illusion works. So for stockinette stitch you knit 1 right side row and you purl the next wrong side row. For garter stitch you knit both the right side row and the wrong side row. So first and important rule, 2 rows of each color alternating. And second important rule, the first right side row is always knitted, no exception. So now we are alternating, and we continue with violet and 2 rows of garter stitch. Knit stitches on the right side and knit stitches on the wrong side. A little fast forward. And we continue like this until we have 3 ridges of violet stitches. So, and we remember the second rule. First row of every color, right side row, is always knitted without any exception. So actually the pattern is worked on the wrong side later on. But this is just a little exercise to understand how the illusion works. And a third pair of stripes. We start with violet, knit stitches, and so on. So this was easy. We have 3 ridges in violet now, and now if you view this from a certain angle, if you incline it a little, then you see just the violet stitches, because they are raised. They are like embossed. So now this is the principle, and now we change the patterns and we continue working stockinette stitch in violet and garter stitch in green. So just to compare where the effect, where the illusion comes from. So we continue with 2 rows of stockinette stitch in violet now, 2 complete rows. The first row is always knitted on the right side. So just continue the same way, but now you work the violet stitches in stockinette stitch and the green stitches in garter stitch. Continue for 3 green ridges. So nothing special so far. This is a very simple exercise. Okay, now I've finished the second part of our little exercise. And here you have just stripes, but now if you view them from a flat angle, you see half of the piece is violet and half of the piece appears just green. This is because you just see the embossed stitches, the garter stitches, when you view them from a flat angle. From top or from bottom, anyway. So now this is used for our pattern. Now we will make a very, very simple pattern, just to show how those 2 techniques work together. So now let's say for a very, very simple pattern, we draw a violet frame with a green square in the middle. So 3 ridges of the mauve color and in the middle a green square. So the secret is, in contrary to way too complicated shadow knitting charts, just concentrate on one color. Take one as your lead color. I take the mauve color as my lead color, and the green color is following. So we start with 2 rows stockinette stitch in green, just for a separation of our exercise and this little pattern. And we start now with violet and 2 rows of garter stitch. And then again 2 rows in green stockinette stitch and 2 more violet ridges, same as we began. So 3 stripes of violet garter stitch followed by 1 stripe of green stockinette stitch each. Now we finished the 3 ridges in violet, and now we start the actual pattern. Now the pattern will be defined by the wrong side of the next violet stripe, and we will work 3 stitches garter stitch, 4 stitches stockinette stitch and 3 stitches garter stitch, and the green color will just follow and do the contrary. Sounds complicated, is very easy. And after that, again, 3 ridges of violet. So, but first with the pattern. We start with violet, and we bear in mind rule number 2, the first row is always knitted. The pattern is worked on the wrong side. So, right side knit stitches, wrong side 1 edge stitch, knit 3 for the garter stitch, purl 4 for the stockinette stitch and knit 3 for the garter stitch again, and 1 edge stitch. Now the green color follows the violet one, but we do the contrary. First row knit stitches, don't forget the second rule. And now for the wrong side where the pattern is made. So we had 3 garter stitches, so we do purl 3 for stockinette stitch. And now knit 4 for the garter stitch, because we did stockinette in violet, and again purl 3 for the stockinette stitch and edge stitch. So this was the whole secret, and now you repeat this 2 times. The same again with violet and with green 2 times. And don't forget, first row is always knitted. So you work the pattern with garter stitch and just the opposite with your second color. So we have a first peak. Look at this, it's just stripes if you look from top, and now incline it a little and view from an angle, from a flat angle. And now you see this violet frame with a green square in the middle. So here you see it quite nicely. And the same if you look from bottom, from a bottom angle. So there's a secret pattern hidden in those stripes. And actually you could use any pattern for this. Patterns must not have too fine details. But you may do stripes and waves. So, and now we finish with 3 times the complete ridges. So 3 times violet garter stitch and green stockinette stitch. From top you still see the stripes. Now look from a flat angle and you see your violet frame with a green square. It's fun and it's really easy. And remember just to concentrate on your lead color. Just work your main color and let the second color follow. That's the whole secret. Enjoy!